Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Transport Fever. Here comes our Eastern Main Line train coming over the bridge, the ugly bridge that we built. It's going to make its way onto Centennial, who has a lot of passengers waiting to be picked up here. 57 of them, in fact, which is a nice little change from what we had before. It sure does make a big difference when you actually have the correct trains set up, moving the right way. We're starting to bunch up passengers a bit. We're getting a nice little supply of them. And we're actually starting to make a little bit of money off of this line. If we're getting a nice little load of them going here. Full train. Full train. That is what we want. Yeah, it's now our third highest grossing line, we'll call it, and shortly behind the Food Rail Portland. Rail Food Portland, excuse me. Rail Food Portland. This episode, what I want to concentrate on, I believe, I mentioned working on this side of the map and getting a line moving on that side. I still want to do that. I still think that's the way that we want to go. However, we're making money. We're just not making tons of money. And I would like to make more money on these lines and just to be able to fund some of our expansions. And I think what I want to do is do that through cargo. We just have a lot of cargo here that is not being utilized and distributed. Boy, words are hard for me sometimes. Distributed correctly into cities, we could be making a lot more food, a lot more money, a lot more oil. Look at all this stuff we have backed up here. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I want to get on that in this episode. Get some cargo lines running and get stuff distributed out. Maybe hook up a couple more of these areas right here that we are currently not utilizing, that we probably should be. Like, we've got a fuel place right there. We still have the construction materials over there that need to be hooked up. And there might be some of these 3-tier items that we can expand to once we get all the low-hanging fruit. But we will do that right after we get that intro rolled. I don't want to roll it here. Let's roll it here. We'll get a nice little look at Portland here as we get that intro rolled in. Okay, let's try that again. All right, as we come back in, we are not in Portland, yet we are in Tacoma. And the reason why I'm in Tacoma is we have food that ends up here as well as fuel. And what I think I would like to do is to just beef up this station a bit and sort of turn it into a hub. A hub, I think that's what we'd want to call it. Where we get, we try to kind of centralize a lot of the goods and distribute them from here. And I think that might be where we want to do that. We could do that in another place. But that's kind of why I built this separate cargo station. That was going to be the mine. I don't know if it makes sense to have the hub centrally located. I don't know if it makes that much sense to have it this close to a city. These are probably both bad decisions that we're getting ready to make, but, you know, I'm a noob at this game, and one thing I really enjoy about having a YouTube channel is performing some big major commitment and then finding out that I am completely wrong and need to go back and redo it all in front of an audience of 100 or so people. It brings me great joy. So, let's see. Let's just see what we need to do in order to get that to happen. So all of our fuel that we are creating, I believe, is ending up there. I think this is the only line we have picking up fuel. It's just going and doing that. So all our fuel is coming here. We are getting a lot of food coming from here as well. But food is kind of going this way first and then coming that way. I'm wondering if we may want to rethink that. So right now we're running a train from here up to here and back. And then we have a separate second train that's running food from here to Tacoma that is coming back empty. So what if we had a train that started here in Portland and loaded up the food and went over here just like normal, and then came over here and joined this line and jumped into this station and unloaded its stuff, and then came back out and went back here where it would also keep food. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stops, and there's going to be a full load of materials on each stop. I think that makes a lot more sense, at least in my mind. So basically, this is the final, or the hub of food. It gets sent here, and then we take it. The main train that's doing all that will come back here, and yeah, I like it. I like it. I think we're just gonna make it happen. We're just gonna make that happen. So do we want to intersect this line, or do we want to intersect down here? This seems more direct. If we just go bam right into the station from here. The argument I would have to the contrary would be if we take the train and join it in down here, we have a lot more room to do stuff. Let's start by visiting this station right here, and let's just see. Let's prepare it for hubdom. Let's just see. Can we expand the platform out? Cannot do that. That's just due to the way we have this stuff set up. That could be easily done. Can we expand it out? Yeah, no problem with that. It's just we don't have enough room. 320? That seems very large to me. 400 seems very excessive, but some of these trains, we're talking about the main hub here. I say we build it up. We build the station that we want, not the one that we need. All right, let's commit to it. We're just gonna bulldoze stuff, get all that out of the way. We're gonna have to rerun all this. That's fine. This should be easy to handle. And let's get our... Oh, no. Thank you, confirmation button, for reminding me that I was about ready to make a horrible mistake. Bang it out to 320. Let's do it all. We're here. Let's bring it out to 4. Let's see. Can we bring it out to 8? Can. Just fine. Okay, so we'll go excessive on the length, and we'll just expand it out to 4 right now, knowing that we can expand that out further in the future if we need to. Are there any other fun little toys we may want to add? I don't think so. One thing we may want to do is make some room for some flow through. That maybe? Let's not do it on that line. Let's see. If we go it out all the way, we'll have 4 groups. So let's do 4, and we'll leave the first 2 together. And the second one, we'll put a little bit of space in so that we could make a flow through if we needed it for whatever reason. This is going to be like a hub. I don't see anybody really needing to go through here, though. We can always expand it later. Okay, I think this is good. Let's go ahead, and we're committed. We're done. All right, so we need to get you hooked up. Too much slope. Let's get rid of the road. and see if that's going to make it happy. It is. And we'll bring you up there. I'm not going to worry about the second set of platforms right now. I think that is the wise choice. We need to get you. Oh, that's sharp. I mean, it's coming out of the depot, but it could be coming into it. Let's just rethink all this right here. That's signal. That's signal. This one too, and the one that's out in the woods. Just rethink all of this. It was mentioned in the comments that it's better to, instead of coming from an offshoot onto a main line, to go from a main line off. I'm not sure that I 100% understand what that means, but what's this? This is. I understand that that's not what we want. I'm not sure I understand fully the reason. I'm not saying there's not good reasoning behind it. I'm just saying that I don't understand that. There's a difference there. But I'm sure it's good advice, so we're going to do that. But actually, what I'm going to do is take this track out just as far as we can. And see if we can't find a good spot to merge that in. And boy, this right here is just looking like an extremely tempting place to do that. Like if we just took it off in that general direction, then we just make these two areas line up. And we're going to do a little bit of gouging. Let's try to minimize the gouging by about 20%. Is that ugly? That works for me. That works for me. Okay, and one advantage I could see is we can see where this one starts. We could very easily do that right there, and it's going to make it look good. And I think that looks good. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and bring this guy back up here. All right. That's a good-looking junction right there, I think, or a good-looking split junction split. I don't know. I'm not a trainologist. I'm not an engineer, nor any of those things. So I'm not sure if the terminology is right. That is, I'm sure it's functional, but we'll just look at that zoomed out all the time. All right, so that is good there. Let's see. Do we have, where's our fuel train at? Should still have the line here. We do. You want to go into Tacoma Halt. Your Tacoma Halt, your Tacoma Annex. I'm assuming your Tacoma Halt. And you want to go into Platform 1, which is this first one right here. And I'm good with that. So we just need to make it to where that's going to be coming in. And you need to be able to come into this side. Like that. That should correct that. Lincoln to there. Okay, that's good. And then you are going to come out on this side. Okay, this gives us an opportunity to de-squigglify that track a bit. And you're going to need to branch off like here-ish. Ooh, that's not beautiful. All right, that actually doesn't look bad. This does not look like it's connected, but I guess it is. Boy, that just looks like an accident waiting to happen right there. I'm going to choose to believe that that is a graphical thing as well, and I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so that should completely fix that line. Everything should be good there. And it is, and that makes me happy. All right, so we've got problems. Raleigh to Tacoma. Raleigh to Tacoma. Oh, we took down the road. Let's get the road back. Boy, that's a goofy looking road right there. It would probably be best. What we probably want to do is like make a bridge over that. That seems like that would be more reasonable, but you know, we've got this. It works. Why not? All right, and we've got another line here, which is our food one. All right, and we're going to completely redo that one. So, you, sir, the train that is currently on this line, this rail food Tacoma, this train is no longer needed anymore? But I don't want to necessarily get rid of it. Where is it at? Is that you? You are currently full of food. Okay, so we need to let time go on. And wait for him to get back into the station. I want him to drop off his food. I'm going to go ahead and bump down the time a bit, as I want to go ahead and try to maybe take this guy on to make it over here somehow. I don't like how I did that. Let's go for a little bit stiffer of a turn. Let me get it in. Come on. Let's get that top speed. Not gonna work, is it? Alright, but here I am doing this when I should be doing this, right? Alright, yeah. Alright, let's do it from here. Yeah, see, keeping that speed. Is that going to give me an angle that I can live with? I can certainly live with that. Whoa, we've got every single road vehicle we ever created is at its end of life right now. That will be something that we need to address. I don't know if I haven't really been checking to see if we've had any big vehicle upgrades in the past couple of years. All right, so that'll work right there, because we want that food train coming into this platform right here. And just as we finish that up, here comes that train, getting ready to come in and drop off its load of food. Boy, that platform looks huge. Compared to that dinky little train. We'll fill it up someday. I'm confident. All right, so you're done. Let's send you back to the depot just for now. You can go back there. We might end up running 2 trains onto this. All right, so we need to have a little conversation about your line. All right, so one, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That comes into this one, which I'm good with as well. And we want you to come to here. Into that one, yes. And then we want you to come back out. Do we want you to go that way, or would we rather you go this way? I think we would rather you go this way, if at all possible. Let's see if can we do this without setting a waypoint? That is the question that I have. Not there. As we are sloping just a little bit too much, as it says. Too much slope. Okay, we could do it there. I'm not sure if I believe this thing. Yeah, we could do it right there. Okay, it does do that. And then it comes around on this line back to Portland, and that is what I want. The reason why I don't want it coming back onto this line is that in case there were ever two trains running on this, I don't want them to block, since that's only a single track. We could double track that at current. It just seems like a large waste of money. So we won't. All right, so you are train 3. You're heading for the depot. All right, you are blocking that train that we were trying not to block. Which is going to have to wait here. Boy, I'm not sure why you chose that route to get to the depot, but you know, you're the engineer, you're the driver, so we're going to let you do that. All right, well, I'm just going to let this guy pull up. We'll get a nice little shot here of our two trains meeting. See, where do we get that? I'd like to have the mountains in the back, if possible. There we go, right there. Very nice. And, oh, there is a depot back there. I forgot there's a depot back there. It was doing what it was supposed to do. I guess there's no reason we can't just go ahead and put you on that line. Well, we gotta update your cars. I don't know if we have any... Do we have any more interesting, like, engines or anything like that that have come around in the last couple of years? Not really. Not really. All right, I don't know when those hit. I would expect probably we would get some in the around 1900. Not sure. Not sure about that at all. One thing we may do... how many cars do we have on this one? 10. And on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's buy some more. Ooh, flat car. Can we put... No. No, we cannot. Boxcar. Let's see. We needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just go ahead and set it on the line. No reason not to. And that'll get some of that stuff running. All right, and we can. I'm worried that we're gonna get food. I don't know. The game will figure it out. The game will figure it out. This line right here is no longer needed. And yeah, that is that situated. So now we have sort of a hub started here. All the food is going to end up here, and hopefully as these guys finish up, oh look at that, we got 2 trains pulling into the station at the same time. Wonderful. Yeah, that'll that's the start of our hub right there for goods. So we'll try to get goods delivered here first. That's going to make Tacoma extremely happy. And from there, we can move that good. We've already got the food taken care of. I'm wondering what we could do about the fuel. We don't have a refinery over here, do we? No, why would we have a refinery over here? That doesn't make any sense. We do have oil over here, though, but that's not what we need. Do you guys have anything interesting over here? You have some stone. Maybe what we could do is get a second train running that is hauling fuel from here to the refinery to the I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that fuel situation is going to work out because I don't want to end up with trains that go very long distances without anything. So I don't know if we even need to worry about it. I don't know if we need to worry about it. Okay, well, let's just take a look at the financial view here. The Eastern Main Line is no longer making as much money as it was. Okay, now it is. Just gotta wait a little bit. Let's take a look here. We've got some passengers waiting. That is good news. We've got many a passenger here in Portland. It may be time to think about adding an additional train on this line, and that might be a good idea. Let's see, what are we running here? We're running those. I think it was the Mogul. Let's do that, and we've got a lot of interesting coaches here. Let's see, 16 passengers on all these, 12 on those. Boy, they're just so expensive. Well, this one's really not. 1896. It is 1897. It's just a little bit more. So yeah, let's put this guy on here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will set you on Eastern Main Line. Might as well. And get another train running on here. Let's see this guy come out of the depot here. And with that, I believe we'll go ahead and wrap this episode up here. Wow, those cars look interesting. What does it say on there? Grand Trunk. Those are grand trunks. I totally agree. I have not seen trunks so grand. All right, well, as this guy moves on and I try to adjust my camera, we'll get a nice little shot of the train and the mountains in the background and the little bump that it's going to go over. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.